guys, happy Tuesday. Yesterday we worked on a graphic organizer um, or an outline for procedure writing for how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Today we are going to learn how to correctly write a procedural paper. So that's going to include all of the materials and all of the steps that we used from yesterday. It is a really good idea to have out your outline or graphic organizer next to you as we write this so that you can look over to make sure we did not forget to include anything. So the first thing that we need to do in order to get our readers' attention is a hook sentence so that they are interested in what we are talking about. So in order to do that, we're going to write a paragraph, so we do need to indent. So we're going to start about here on our paper because, again, on the computer you'll click the tab button. If you're writing it on paper, you'll use a few finger spaces to make sure that you are indenting properly. So a good example of a hook sentence for this paragraph could be something along the lines of, how do you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Or did you know there's a variety of ways to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Today I'd like to teach you how I make one. Because again, as we spoke yesterday, there are different ways that you can make it. Some people put peanut butter and jelly on both sides of the bread. Some people only put peanut butter on one side, jelly on the other, and put it together. Some cut theirs in triangles, some people cut their sandwich in half, so it totally depends. So I'm going to start by saying, did you know there are many different ways to make a peanut, and I will move, I promise, butter and jelly sandwich. And then, because this is a question, we always need to remember to put our question mark so that our reader knows that we are asking them a question. So, did you know there are many different ways to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Today, I am going to teach you my version. So we're going to start off our paper by writing like this. We're going to have the hook'em sentence, and then we are going to have the sentence that comes after that you are telling the reader what you are going to do throughout this paper. It's always a really good idea to also introduce all of the materials that we need. Now, I did have to erase our outline from yesterday, but I did write it down on my paper. So maybe we could say, for starters, you will need, and then you can list here, but remember to use commas in between each of the words. So you will need bread, jelly, peanut butter, plate and knife, and a napkin or paper towel. I need to say and a napkin. And that's how we're going to start it off. So now we've asked them the hook sentence or hook'em sentence, either one. We've also explained to the reader what you are going to talk about. We have listed our supplies or materials that we are going to need. And now is the time that we can really get started on our steps. So let's read this together. Did you know there are many different ways to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Today I am going to teach you my version. For starters, you will need bread, jelly, peanut butter, plate, knife, and a napkin. Also fine to say a plate, a knife, and a napkin. Up to you. Now we need to get started with our steps. So first, and then a comma, because this is a transitional word, so we need a comma after it. First, you will need 2 pieces of bread. Sorry, I will move. So first you will need 2 pieces of bread, period. Now, this is the time where some of our writing is going to be different. Some of you have decided to put peanut butter on each side and then jelly on each side. Some have decided to put peanut butter on one, jelly on the other. Sorry, I'll move so you can see. So now this is your opportunity to continue on and finish up your paper, because ours are all going to be different now based on what we wrote on our outlines. Other words that you can continue to use, I will write them down to help, are second, don't forget a comma, next. Now you don't have to do them in this order, but these are some words that you could use. Then, third, I'll write them over here so we have more room. Fourth, finally. Finally will come when you're completely done. That might be your last step that you're trying to say. You could also use lastly. You could use in conclusion. These are just some transitional words that you could use to finish off your paper. It is totally fine to just write one paragraph for this procedure essay, but please at the end just write something along the lines of, now you know how I make my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or hopefully you'll get to try my version of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I will keep this on here so that you can see it all. If you have any questions, please let me know. We can go over it on Zoom or Google Meet. Okay, have a good rest of your day. Bye.